Alright, what's up, yins guys? I'm gonna do like another video, which I've been meaning to get around to do with these new actual instruments that I actually bought. I'm gonna get the slightly bigger ones, but I'm gonna have a couple videos here. I'm gonna do it like with the push-ups like I do with my batons on all the other videos. And I'm gonna show you the importance of doing, say, the push-up, unlike everybody else tells you it, with or without instruments. And I want to say why it's important to get yourself in the habit of doing this with instruments in your hand and without. I mean, get comfortable with that, unlike other people's fitness techniques, which they use items like this. And I'm going to show you here anyway. Like I said, I've been doing in the videos all the time, you know, like anything like a push-up with your legs spread apart, I always regard as more important. Say if you have issues with knock knee and then your legs. Do a lot of, say if you have boots anyway that have hard toes, I'd rather do stuff with steel-toed tennis shoes or steel-toed actual boots to get in the habit, because say if you go to work and work jobs in those, I'd rather not have anybody use certain kind of combat boots or tennis shoes where your toes actually have give to them, because I'd rather see the toe like that, you know, be able to do push-up like that. So be able to have your feet like that and like that too. And you're putting more weight, like say in the push-up, and then you can do anything like you want there. You can go wide, go with your feet both together, and then move around a little bit. So it ain't. Then you practice some planking separately. Instead of worrying about all the time that bullshit where everybody says, oh, you have to have your back perfectly straight all the time. If you want to crank out a whole bunch, then practice planking at a separate note. Then anybody wants to talk shit that doesn't have any videos under anonymity that says, oh, you sagging knees, this and that. I mean, you do anything you fucking well want to do, especially if somebody under anonymity on a video, they don't have a video where they can show you how it's done, then their comment is literally invalid. Then in my book, you can do them, yeah, if you can do 20, 30, or 50 with your damn knees sagging, then anybody that criticizes you that can't do half that, if they can't do half that, whether ever with their back or knees perfectly straight, then they ain't shit. What are they gonna do to you, so to speak? You know what I mean? But gotta do something, start somewhere. And but you know, that's considered, you know, military discipline, and there's planking too. You know, nothing against it, but see the way I'm doing it with. See, that's why I knuckle push-ups too. See, you're doing the same damn thing with instruments in your hand. I use an actual baton because I mix it in. I want to make it for either both male and female. And some of the stuff was based on some female sports, which I kept putting in the corner of videos. But anyway, like I did it with baton. You can do it with these too. And say you want you to be in a habit, you can get up with a thing still in your hand. And that can be very advantageous in a lot of situations and everything else too that you can name. You can have it like this, or go like this. You can go like this or wide, but it's still in your hand. And just, see, I do them with the feet spread apart, because I like it that way. You can go in your toes. You can go into a front split this way, like that, see? Do a whole bunch of this. You can do just nothing but this. I mean, you got to get the idea, standing on your toes. You want to make invent a steel toe ballet shoe, more power to you. Go like this. Like this. Like this. Do a whole shitload of like this. Just crank them right out. Crank them right out. Yeah, work on your maximum ones separately in videos. I'm just showing you for example here. You want to do 4 or 5, stop, do 4 or 5 again, do it all in segments. You could do that too, to not be too hard on yourself. Or try to keep what you're doing and then max out other days, see how many you can do. That's for you too, but I'm confining it into flexibility at the same time. And, oh yeah, that one thing before I forget too. I didn't mean to, didn't get around to doing this video because I want to make sure I'm doing it with my old boots. That's the most important thing. Do this shit with your old shoes or old boots, especially when you do it the way I do it. Because when I'm doing my flexibility stuff, check this out. This is what's going to happen to your boots when you do it this way, especially when I'm doing the shit in gravel and all the stuff that was in my video. See shit like this. So now I got those new boots, the black ones. Them are damn $100 pair of boots I found when I wandered in the thrift store for like $40 in their damn $100 boots. But say you go like this and do this, then gradually do this. Phase your way into this. And do this. Don't bust yourself in the mouth with it, but see what I like about that? I can do this. And if you're not really up for it, don't try this at home until you've gradually been able to. See, what I like about these now, you can walk your way into it. I can even do it like this. Because you see how I'm doing it on bare hands, and you want to seat yourself down and do a split. Or let me put this aside for a second. See, you're getting that, you don't always have to necessarily use a yoga block, but say what I was just doing now, and then you're locking yourself in and doing this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. Then eventually this. Oh, see here too. When I don't keep up with it every day, you don't got to be shy about it. I mean, I'm trying to debate that in other videos. I'm trying to get that off of people. Even people that are accomplished martial arts that actually have something like a black belt or something, which I do not. I always wanted to ask some of them. Varies from person to person. How long do you keep your flexibility without? Say if you skip days, skip weeks. And I think everybody's going to have a different answer. And see now what you see me doing now, I'll literally have to get up and back down again. Maybe 3-4 times in one day before I get the entire split. But you notice right while I was talking to you though, I got most of it like that in the first try in a camera. But that's how you tell people that you're not fake. You don't fake your shit. Don't fucking lie to people. And like I'm 48 years old. I'll be 48 in April. So age has a lot to do with it too. And like certain religious and other kind of philosophies say too, almost all religion somewhere in a sense says, we're all corrupt. Some people lose what we got earlier than others. We're susceptible to diseases and different capacities. Some of us heal slower than others. Some of us heal up faster than others. That if you want not to force any kind of religious or belief or philosophy on anybody, but you can believe that everybody is corrupt. Nobody is perfect. Some people are blessed with something more in life than others. And then other people are born completely handicapped because there was a corruption from a beginning, that you have to, you can obtain and study that on your own by with stuff you're doing. And then watch certain people out there that are handicapped too. And to overcome and try to do what they can. But yeah, that's a little extra talk there too. But I'm going to go into the next video where showing you other ways. See, the way I use these is always the same as everybody else, and I'm going to get the, like I said, the ones that are heavier yet too, but twice as heavy. But I'm going to tell you real quick too. Wrist cranking. Yes, you can do it right there, right where you're doing, right where you're sitting. And then like, or like 2 of them at once. Like to see people do that, because when you're actually doing an actual job, you're carrying tools, a bunch of pry bars, a bunch of hammers all in one hand, grab a handful of hammers, pry bars. See this, these are brand new already, and I put them down here and I'm getting them all dirty. Can't keep them pristine forever. But everybody else has their fancy gym floors and their fancy yoga mats. And that's another issue too. I'm trying to tell everybody. They want to discourage you by saying, oh, it's unsanitary and dirty, everything, try to attack you all kind of ways. You don't have perfectly neat t-shirts and shorts or yoga clothes or stuff, which, don't get me wrong, there's wonderful people on YouTube like that, but there's a stigma that there's like reality-based working class people. Maybe they do go to Planet Fitness or do that yoga mat stuff. They work at desks. But then the rest of us who've done jobs in warehouses and outside and got their asses dirty, this is for you. And I was telling somebody one time when I was riding a bus, public transportation, he works in this, he was saying, make a conversation, he was a member of a gym and he paid for it and no time to use it, he's too tired. I said, well, you got to do it during lunch break where everybody's fucking smoking or doing whatever, or sneaking out in parking lots and buying their drugs or whatever, or sitting there with the gossiping crowd, and then the women that are hens all gossiping, and then eventually it leads to somebody gets mad about you or gets mad at something, then nobody cared before, and they're literally going to oust you from your workplace, ban it from the workplace, which you can argue like half they're worried their insurance doesn't cover it, and they want to say they're worried that you're going to say you got hurt at work. But at the same time, the shit you do at work is way more hazardous than doing fucking push-ups, But this is extra talk because it should be embedded in the culture where it is not. I mean, you can make references if you think the Sistema, the Russian martial arts, say you think a lot of it is fake. But then there's an aspect of it, if you think it's fake, that maybe some of the Russian people, they returned to their fields and shops after war. There was an indication that before communism took over, it was incorporated into damn near everything, you know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, they're going to make it a hygiene issue, and all you got to do is wash your fucking hands. Big fucking deal. You get dirtier in certain jobs. As it is, maybe some people look down on you because they got their perfectly neat clothes and work behind a desk or work in a store where it's safe and comfortable, and people still got to be on. But anyway, yeah, do this one more time, like a lot of this, and then a little bit of this. And a little bit of this, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. Whew. I fell into that one. See, right, that's another thing too, when you're trying to get seated down, you're not as flexible. There's like a pivot that goes on when I'm raising something in the air. And I'd have to go and do this one more time, get out of it and do it one more time, and you can see where I'll get it. Where I'd be doing like in my videos that I have been doing it, and that's what it actually takes, quite a bit there. And you can go like that. See, and I can feel what's going on in there, know what I mean? I'd have to do that one more time and see how I rolled into that. and see like, okay, I'm going like that, my weight is right there, and you can feel that pulling. But you get the basic idea. I'm going to have to do it one more time to get the idea. I still just might. I might put one more in there for you. But yeah, you got to keep up with it.